Hello, hello. Okay, so I am going to be needing to play with this waiting room for a few minutes. Um, so I'm going to watch the waiting room for 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, we are not going to admit anyone into the call because we need to be on time for our commitments and not be coming in late. So that's something new. So just so you guys know, going forward, you guys got to be in by 8:05 or I'm just not gonna, it's an interruption. So we're just not gonna do that. How is everyone doing? How's everyone's week?
Okay.
Fabulous.
Good. That's what I want to hear.
I'm putting you down for 12 seconds. I'm running this baby up to her bed.
Okay.
Babes.
Everyone else had a good week?
So.
I see
need
some
a nap.
awesome stories posted. Some really good branding going on. I'm super excited for y'all. Awesome. Are you feeling good about that stuff? Like some of you that didn't like post your story before or didn't post your picture, are you feeling like a little weight came off? Like you feel good about it? I hope so.
Yeah, better than I did before.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, people that I never even talked to. You obviously see instant results because we've been planting these seeds like this whole month. And then now it's at the end of the month and all these flowers are starting to bloom and it's so freaking awesome. I don't even understand, like you said last night in your video, seriously, that video made me really connect. And I will just say that you're so right in everything that you shared with us. And with that being said, if you were not working your business the whole year like I wasn't doing, now I'm doing it like literally, I'm like, what the heck? I cannot believe.
Well, the important part is that you're doing it now. That's what's important. And that, you know, you're in a place where your business is starting to blossom because of it. And like, this is just the beginning, right? And like,
for real.
We don't want to look in rear view mirrors. Like we're not going back. So we're just going to look forward. And that's what we're going to focus on is where we're headed. And, you know, it's going to be good. Like, I think you guys are going to see, as you are looking ahead here, and you're looking at the call, you're going to notice week over week, there's going to be less people on the call. And that's okay. I want you guys to stay focused on yourself. I don't want you to compare to anybody else. When we do homework posts, I don't want you guys to compare your homework to somebody else's. We're all in different places, in different seasons of our life. We have different support systems within our life, within our home. Some of us, this is our only income. Some of us have another income and a spouse's income. And that's not lost on me. I want you to know that. Like, it's not lost on me that that's where I'm at in my journey. And so,
You're frozen, Joe.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
oh shit.
So, wait, can you repeat that? You completely froze.
Yeah, hold on a minute. Okay, am I good?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not lost on me that I do have another income, that I do have my spouse. And so what I'm able to put into my business 5 years later with those two things is going to be different than somebody who just got started and is doing this and this is their only income. Okay? So please don't compare. All right, I'm going to take a screenshot real quick of who's on the call.
I'm gonna make a face.
No, I'm just taking the list. So nobody's picture yet. Okay. So today we're going to talk about recruiting. And so the first thing I want you to do is in the chat, please, please, please share. Shout yourself out if you have recruited somebody already this month. If you've added to your team this month, please shout yourself out. It's a big deal.
Not
Um,
officially.
and I am so, so proud of you guys for growing your team. I have to share that under my group, Luminescent Dreamers, we have officially hit 200. It's a really big deal. So exciting. And we have never, hold on, since Megan has been with Sensi going on 7 years, never had a recruit in January, ever. And we have already had like 9 this month. A big part of that is this program. So know that you are doing the things, you are showing up, you are working your business. And it's funny how when we know we have to do something, it changes it and we do it. So what I want to share with you guys today is the power of recruiting, the importance, like why does it matter? Why do we sponsor? And how to sponsor. There's a right way and a wrong way. And if you're not seeing success, it could be as simple as tweaking a few words. Okay? Like, it is amazing the way we come at something changes everything. And what I want you guys to realize here is I want you guys to realize that there is power in that. There is power in being able to control the narrative. But authenticity is such an important part of what we do at Sensi. So when we talk about this, I need y'all to connect with yourself, connect with Jesus, whatever you need to do to get yourself right in your mind of what I'm going to say. You don't just go out and apply this stuff because it's something I'm telling you to do. I need you to understand it and feel it. So the first thing I want to say is that it's never too early to sponsor. We do have some people that don't have any team members yet. It could be that they just haven't sponsored yet, or it could be that they're brand new. Remember that this program was open starting at the essential level. So if you aren't sponsoring yet because you just aren't there yet, why is an important reason. And if it's because you're new and you're worried that you're just not ready, please don't feel that way. Number one, the workstation is set up. We work for an amazing company that allows us all of the tools that we need in order to be successful when we start. Your recruits have the first things first checklist. That wasn't around when I started back in 2015. It was there when I came back in 2017, but not for a reinstatement. So the first things first checklist is everything they need to be effective. It takes them step by step how to do this business. Take it a step further. We have Ascension, our group page, that is full of tools. Literally, there are 200 other people that are able to be available when somebody needs them, right? Like, you can ask questions in there. You can search the files. You can search the business topics. You can search the albums. That's an amazing tool. And then you have this group. You have your upline, you have your sideline, however you want to call it. Our entire group is here to help support you. If I'm your director, or if I'm not your director, if you fall under another director on our group, you know that it's as easy as reaching out to someone when you have a question and being able to get that answer to help your recruit, right? To help your new teamie. It's important that you guys know that you don't need to know everything as you're recruiting. And the most important things when you're recruiting or sponsoring, let's say sponsoring. Recruiting is the act of getting somebody involved. Sponsoring is what happens after they've hit join. So when you sponsor, a lot of the things that you right now might be worried that you don't know enough of in order to be successful sponsoring, you're not going to know until you have to do it. That is the reality. So much of what we do is in real time. So when we are going through things with somebody is when we need to learn them and when we're going to need to know them. You can't mess this up. There are safety nets everywhere. Can everybody mute themselves if you're not talking? Sorry, we're just getting a lot of background noise. So, and I'm going to upload this for our friends that aren't able to be able to watch it on the live. So now we have, so you have safety nets built in. You have the workstation, you have our group page. So just know you will benefit so much more by offering the opportunity. You're going to grow in ways that you won't if you don't. And I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about even learning the things within our business that you wouldn't have to learn otherwise. Okay, so I'm going to take a pause there and see if anybody has any questions before we move on to the next part. Okay, so the next thing that I want to go through is understanding the math of recruiting. And I'm not talking about compensation plan, I'm talking about the math of recruiting. I want to talk about compound recruiting. For years, we have heard really, really great, Sensi legends, let's call them that, talk about the power of 2-2-2. 2 recruits, $2,000 PRV for 2 years. And teaching your downline to do the same is going to get you to executive level pay. Okay, if they are doing the same thing, you're doing it. 2 recruits a month is amazing, but it can also sound really, really overwhelming. So I want to talk about compound recruiting in the power of 1, the magic of 1. And I'm going to share a graphic after this call, but basically how this breaks down is in the power of 1, you basically have, you recruit 1 per month. So if you are a team of only 1 right now, that would mean that next month you would be a team of 2. Then in March, you each recruit 1 more. Now you're a team of 4. In April, you all do the same thing, just 1 person. You're a team of 8. At the end of 12 months, by compound recruiting, everybody just adding 1 person, at the end of month 12, you have a team of 4,096 people. One person a month, and you all do the same thing. If you did compound recruiting and you each did 2 a month, you're at 500,000 people. I'm going to just let these numbers sink in for a minute. 1 a month. Let's make it simple. Let's 1 a month. That's why this program is designed for 1 a month.
Can I ask the
Yeah.
people that have had that rule of 2 or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
like 3, at this point, how many people are on their team to say that that is obtainable? Does that make sense?
Yes. So I can talk. I don't have,
Half a million people.
yeah, I don't have everybody's exact numbers, right? But here's the deal.
That's
I will
amazing.
tell you that I've seen it in my own business. Like I try to hit 2 a month myself. It doesn't always happen. Some months it's 6, some months it's 0, but I try for the 2 a month. Not everybody is going to hit the ground running, but we also haven't emphasized it enough in our group and talked about the importance of why, which is also what we're going to talk about tonight and where the benefit is. But I can tell you right now, somebody that I have followed their business models very closely in Sensi and somebody that I've watched their success is Chloe Cox. Chloe Cox is in North Carolina. And I remember that at the beginning of, last year, she had like 3,000 people in her team, in her group, I should say, 3,000 in her group. The girl's at like 12 now, 12,000 people in a year. And not everybody is recruiting every month. It is possible, but it starts from the top. It starts from your leaders showing that this is what we do and that it's possible. And then it's breaking down the things that you need to understand about the importance of recruiting and how to do it. And I'm going to tell you, you're not going to have it always figured out instantly. You're constantly going to be changing up how you're doing it. I am still changing up my outlook, still changing up how I do things so that I can help people as quickly as I can help them. And then we have to be flexible in things like Rona and how we're going to be able to do things with that. So, with that said, let's talk about why. Why do we want to recruit? Like, why is this even something that is good for our business? It's not about, how do I put this? Knowing that this is going to be on YouTube. It's not about just going after people for numbers, right? We have so many, there's a reason why we see so much recruiting in the fall. I'm just going to call it what it is. It's because there's an incentive at stake and people are trying to recruit like crazy to get those points. That is not what we are here to do. Okay, we are not leaders, and anybody on this call is a leader because you're showing up for your business. Some of you have even just one person on your team. You are a leader. We are not leaders who just recruit for the sake of a number. We are leaders who want to change people's lives. We want to change our own lives, and in order to change our lives, we've got to change other people's lives. So we are not going to recruit and then not answer people's questions. We're not going to recruit and not give them the tools. I'm not telling you you have to go and make tools up. You have them in place already. If you feel Ascension is everything that you need, you don't need to start your own team page. Don't get overwhelmed with needing to recreate the wheel when it's already there. If you feel like you want to, by all means, but don't feel like you have to. If you look at our compensation plan, somewhere I have it. Okay, if you look at the compensation plan, I think I know enough about it memorized to be able to tell you. Once you are a lead, meaning you have one person on your team, you're personally selling at least 500, they are active, and together you have sold $1,333 in that month to get a TWV of $1,000. I'm going to share compensation plan videos in the group page so that you can break it down if you don't know, because we don't have time in an hour. But that's what a lead gets. There are benefits to that for your own personal business. That is the first point in which you are going to start seeing a extra bonus on your wholesale volume. You don't get that as a certified consultant. Also, when you are paid at lead title and you maintain that title, you now show up in the consultant directory on the PWS, your website. So if there is another person, another Scentsy fan in the Gurnee area who needs wax, and they just go to Scentsy.com, our company is so amazing that they will force somebody, they will force you to pick a consultant to buy from. Scentsy doesn't just keep those sales themselves. They're going to help their consultants be successful. So they give them a list of people to buy from. Hence why your story, hence why your picture is so important, because people don't want to buy from marketing images. So you can start to gain customers from those random orders. Now, what you do with that afterwards is ultimately what's going to determine your success. If you treat them well, if you follow up, you do all those things, you will maintain your customer. You can also get recruits that way. That's how you go to join. She jumped on Scentsy.com, picked a consultant, and joined. Okay? We have to remember that these are the possibilities that are out there. That starts at lead. Okay? So that's important. The other thing that starts to happen is those bonuses start to go up as you grow up the chain, right? So as you go up, let's say you hit director, your wholesale bonus now on your wholesale amount. So if you sell $2,000, that wholesale amount is $1,500. You get an extra 9% on that $1,500. That's a lot of extra cheddar, my friends. In turn, same thing when you're helping your recruits. This is why you explain to them the compensation plans, why when you're sponsoring, you really break it down for them that they are leaving money on the table when they are not offering the opportunity. When you think about sponsoring, you're going to talk about recruiting. A great place to start are your best customers because they already love it. The number one thing that I always hear is that people are afraid of losing their best customers. They're afraid of losing the sale. I understand. But guys, you will never touch all of the people that they will simply by referrals. For whatever reason, that's not how the world is designed, and people don't just give up their friends list for referral purposes. Okay. So eventually they're going to not need to buy $200 worth of stuff from you a month. But if they love Scentsy that much, it's selfish of us not to offer it to them at a discount. Okay.
Really quick, just a quick question, going off of the monthly sales.
Yep.
Isn't the commission from the Scentsy Club also the 25%, or did it change to 15?
Great question. It is still the 20 or 25%, depending on if you're essential or certified and above. It is still 25%. Scentsy put that in there a few years ago. It is in the compensation plan as a, if they need to change it. If the cost of Scentsy Club becomes a point that they need to do that, they've put it in there to protect themselves. You got to remember that running those bars, the Always Get My Bar, you know, remember if one person has that bar in their club, they have to run that bar every month. That is a very manual process. So there are a lot of costs associated with Scentsy Club that are different than your regular thing. And Scentsy Club kind of maintains itself, right? So over time, it would make sense that if needed, that percentage would drop down. Please don't let that stop you guys from promoting Scentsy Club, because A, it's not a commission drop yet. And if it is, there will be a reason for it. There will be communication around it, and Scentsy will make sure that we're taken care of. They always do.
Yeah, that's what I thought, that it was 25, but then I'm looking at it right now and it says 15 on the thing, and I was like, what?
Yep,
Pretty
correct.
sure it was different.
No, it is 100% still
Okay.
25% or 20%, depending on where you're at. So great question. Okay, so we've talked about the simplification of one, and we've talked about why you want to recruit, and we've talked about why you want to help them be successful. One of the things that people look at when they're looking at the compensation plan in regards to their recruits, right, the people that they're sponsoring is, and this was something that I explained to Vidi. For those of you that don't know, Vidi is my first generation director. She was my very first director, but she is not someone I sponsored. She just outranked her sponsor and moved up, and that's how she became my first generation director. However, before she was a director, I was paid off of her sponsors wholesale, because that's my front line. So when Vidi was a superstar consultant, I was still making 9% off of Vidi. Okay, we're talking about $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 as she was moving up to director before she hit that. She was scared. I hope she's not going to get mad I'm sharing this. Remember, this is going on YouTube, but I'm sure she wouldn't. She would tell you the same thing. She was a little worried about promoting to director. There's a lot of things that come with director. You have to worry about maintaining your title, so forth. It's the only title they can take away from you. It's scary. But we talked about it, and I said, it is not in my interest to be promoting this to you. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for your best interest. And I explained to her the compensation plan. I said, you understand that my 9% on your awesome sales, your team's awesome sales, is going to go down to 3%. I am doing this for you. And it's authentic when I say that. I really mean that. I want my team, my frontline, my group to be as successful as possible. It's why I spend all week preparing for this call and why we spend Sunday nights together. But I would be lying if I said there was nothing in it for me. Because let's face it, friends, your average certified or essential consultant isn't putting up a team wholesale volume of $10,000 a month. So although the percentage goes down, the volume is higher. And ultimately, someone like Vidi does not need me to hold her hand. There is a lot less questions coming through my box from Vidi. So that is a well-oiled machine now that is got an amazing leader in it. And she is running her group in a way that I never have to worry about that. We talk. She and I still do connection calls. She'll tell you herself. We still do connection calls. That work doesn't stop. And it should never stop when you're sponsoring. It doesn't stop when they hit certified. It doesn't stop when you get your incentive points. It continues through the entire time that they are consultants. It just changes as they move up. You start coaching or connecting on leadership things versus the normal sales, branding, how to get your first recruit thing. Understand? But I want you guys to know that we have to be in this for the long haul, right? It's kind of like when you buy a dog. You don't buy a dog because the puppy's cute and you want a cute Christmas gift under the tree. You're committing to this thing for 15 years, okay? Like, this is where people don't think. This is what happens with sponsoring, all right? If you do it right, if you make it something that blesses them and doesn't burden them, and you help them be successful, there's retention there, and we can see benefits on both sides. So when you're having your conversations, let's reset to the beginning. We know that the benefit is on both sides once they're in. So many recruiting conversations are going wrong because it's all about me. Join my team. I'm looking for another person to join my team. I need somebody else to join my team this month. I, me. I need incentive points. No, friends. Changing simple words matter, but really believing that is a whole nother thing. And you need to be genuine with that. Start looking at it from what's in it for them. I'm going to repeat it again. What's in it for them? WIIFT. Okay. Listening is an important part of this. Hearing the things that they need. Not everybody joins Scentsy for money. Some people join Scentsy because they want a sense of community, because they want their products at a discount, because if they spend another $200 with you next month, their husband might lose it. Okay, whatever the reason is, we need to be listening. We need to be offering these things. Some people want to be able to travel. They can't afford to. Scentsy is a way to do that. Scentsy is tax deductions for people in high income brackets. It's why it's appealing to people like doctors and lawyers, people that need tax breaks, retirees need something to do, need a little bit of extra income, teachers who want to supplement income, single mothers, non-single mothers, mothers that are married that just want to get the heck out of the house once in a while, have a night with the girls. There's lots of reasons why Scentsy can bless someone's life. It's not our job to determine why they wouldn't. It's our job to listen to why it would benefit them. And so if we stop looking at it from the perspective of, I need this, I have to recruit so many because I need to earn this trip, I need to, earn annual mentor, I need to do this, that's where you're going to be. You're going to be a team of I. No one's going to want to be on your team. No one is going to want to be on that. And if you notice, when I talk, if you're following me on social media, I use words like business partners, because I realized very early on that the only title that I can achieve and maintain on my own is certified consultant. It's the only one in the compensation plan, and it's designed like that for a reason. You have to work together in order to be able to hit any other goals in this business. It breaks my heart when I hear things like, my sponsor only reaches out to me when she needs something from me, when she's checking on her numbers. Guys, it's obvious. If you're reaching out to your team the last day of the month or the last week of the month to ask them where their sales are at, and you haven't talked to them all month long, they know why you're reaching out to them. And it's not what you should be doing. If you were doing your job as a sponsor, you were coaching, you were encouraging, you were shouting out where is appropriate, you were around all month long, you wouldn't have to wonder where those sales are. And
I have a
that's,
question.
yes, go ahead.
Okay, so how do I say this? Sometimes me personally, I feel like I'm bugging the crap out of them. And I don't necessarily always want to do that because I don't want to push them away. So is there so like I backed off recently, just letting them reach out to me. They reach out to me, I get back to them in a timely manner and help them with whatever they need. But for a while there, I just felt like I was being too pushy by reaching out to them like 4 times a month.
Mhm.
So I guess how would you go about that, but make it a happy medium?
Okay, let me ask you this. How do you see me doing it?
Was it the beginning, the 5th, 15th, and the end of the month? Just like the emails that you send out to us?
Mm-hmm. That's the start, right? So I look at it and I shout you guys out. I offer coaching calls, right?
Mhm.
Like I always send out the emails. Not everybody takes me up on them, but I send them out. So I put the onus in their hands because you're absolutely right, Ashley. You can coach somebody right out of this business. If they are here because they joined for whatever reason, let's say they joined to get their products at a discount, and you're like, hey girl, what are your sales? Hey girl, what are your sales? And they're like, did I tell you? Didn't we talk? But that's why when they join, it's important to find out, why are you here? What are you hoping to accomplish in your business? Now, I will admit to you, because this is what this is about transparency, that I can do a better job of holding people accountable to those big goals and dreams that they share with me. Those that tell me that they want to make big money with this, and then I don't see them doing the work, I can do a better job of holding them accountable with that. I don't always do that because I am, like you said, so afraid that I'm going to turn them off because I know life comes up. But we also play this important role of an accountability partner, but we can only enter accountability relationships with people that want it. And so that's why it's really important that over the season of your relationship and as it grows, right? I think anybody on this call can admit your business why, your business focus has changed, right? From time to time, season to season, your interest level has changed, your passion, your reason for being here has changed. Is that fair? Can I get some head nods? Fair? If that's fair for you, understand it's also fair for them. Somebody that tells you that they started as a hobbyist, Emily, Luna, I'm looking at you, can turn around and change that at any point. And sometimes they're afraid to tell you. Sometimes they're afraid to say that that has changed. So the way you notice that is you track numbers. Now, this is a good time to ask, who signed up for World Tour? Raise your hand. Keep your hand up if you watched my breakout. Be honest. There will be a quiz. I'm just kidding. There
You
won't be a
can't
quiz.
see me, but I'm in a dark room and my arm is up.
Okay, awesome. Here's the thing. The reason why I'm asking that is because, my friends, those tracking sheets will tell you that stuff. If you're just running your reports during the month that you're in, you will miss, it happened to me, you will miss those that are consistently showing up. Because if you're just running top 10, those that are putting in $200 a month and even $500 a month will not show up in your top 10 eventually. So then what happens is you miss out on those people, and you shouldn't. Those are consistent people that deserve the recognition for working their business and showing up month after month. The other thing that is so important about that is you might also miss that they were 200, 200, 200, 200. All of a sudden, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. What happened? You need to find out, was there a business focus change? And how can I help to really mentor that and be there to support that? So that's why the tracking of the numbers every month is so important. And I will be sharing those tracking forms with all of you so that you can create your own binder if you should want to. It's not a requirement, it's not your homework. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, let's talk about where we're going to go from here. How do we start recruiting and how do we move that into sponsoring. So let's focus recruiting first. How many of you know that your workstation, sorry, your website, you all updated your story, right? Did you know that there's a separate section for another little blurb or story under join?
No.
Okay, so if you didn't know or it's not updated, it needs to get updated as part of your homework this week. Okay, so we're gonna go in there and make sure that it's under there, and I will do a little screenshot thing afterwards. I'll create a graphic that'll tell you how to go in and do it. But that's important, right? Why should they join under you? What are you going to do for them as a sponsor? How are you going to support them? That's what should be in there, right? Talk to them about what Scentsy has done for you. That's already in your story, kind of, but more so, what will you do? What kind of support will they have with you as a sponsor? Okay. How many of you, by a show of hands, if you're on screen, have a possibility packet or a recruiting packet or a join packet? Okay, not a lot, kind of. I'm seeing some of these. Okay, not a lot. So we're gonna make join packets this week as part of our homework. Woo! And it's a perfect time to do it because we're at the start of a new catalog. I'm gonna show you because I have just added some things and I've simplified mine in such a big way. I'm gonna show you what's in mine so you can see it. Now, again, we can make it simpler and more extravagant if you want. This is your thing to do. You decide. Surprise, surprise, I use these packets, right? Like these are my cute little poly mailers. These are the 8x10 size because they're the only size that will fit a catalog in it. So it's the iridescent clear on the one side. Let's go through what's in here. So I have, for fun, I just have a rock candy stick, okay? You can add pixie sticks, you can add no candy, you could do gummy bears, whatever you wanna do, okay? That is up to you. I've got confetti galore because I love to bomb people with confetti. I made this super simple graphic, okay? I'm gonna read to you what it says, just to show you what it looks like. And it says, you were made for this. What's the last thing you spent $99 on that paid you back? And then I've got this cute little graphic that I made that says, wax changed the world. Then on the bottom, it says, want to learn more or ready to get started, scan this code with your phone's camera, start your journey, okay? Super simple, but I want them to be able to go right to the join page. The join page also has information on it. If they don't feel like they've got enough here, or they're ready to sign up, great, there you go. Then I have some samples in here because I want them to fall in love with as much of Scentsy as they can. Okay, so I've got washer whiff samples and Scentsy soak samples. That's optional, guys. You don't have to do it. I just do it because the more they fall in love with the products, the more likely they're going to want to join for their own discount, right? Then I had stocked up on a bunch of these. This is sadly my last one, but I bought the Be Fabulous in bulk because I thought it was a cute like saying to, you know, be fabulous. I even have my old branded stickers on there. That's how old these are. But any scent circle will do. Like I could switch over to Luna if I wanted to. I still need to talk to somebody about those royalties. And then I've got this little postcard that says top 10 reasons to join Scentsy. I just did this on Canva. Yeah.
When you bring it close to your camera, you get really, really muffled and really, really quiet.
Okay, so I won't do that. I'll put it here. So I have this card here that is top 10 reasons to join, and then 3 ways to join. So I've got the 3 ways to join. I'll share all of these with you guys so you can see what they look like so you can make your own. But I just made these in Canva. Super easy, super cheap. And then I have a catalog. Okay, and of course it's got my labels on it. And even in my catalog label, this is the label that goes on all my catalogs. The last line says, want more info about what I do? Let's chat before the season really heats up. And my one in the fall says something about like cocoa getting cold. But this is just what they look like. Keep it simple. Then I included these, okay? Again, you don't have to. This isn't a party pack, but again, I want them to fall in love. And then here is probably the gold. This is the information that they're going to need to join. So I've got a rack card in here. This has the benefits of joining. It has little information about me, some awards that I've earned, endless possibilities, let's dream big. So I just have stuff in here about, you know, I had no expectations of starting a business. I simply wanted to get the products that I love at a discount. Now, 5 years later, things look totally different. Eric and I love our Scentsy business. We got to change that. He tapped out. Okay, he's as bad as some of the other ones on the team. He tapped out. But you know, additional income, free travel, those sorts of things. I have that in here. And then I've got, you know, you can too. Let's dream big together. Where can this take you? You. I have to share my story so they see the possibility, but it's about them. All right, then I have these. Guys, these are so cheap. Next time you're placing an order in the workstation, in the consultant store, add, post, join brochures. You should be putting these in with everything. They have all the information right from Scentsy on starting your business. You get like 25 of them for $2. I'm telling you, you cannot print these that cheap. So if you're gonna do anything, do this and type up your story on a Word document. Okay, then if you guys haven't seen this graphic, this is awesome. This is available on the workstation. What a year. People want to join a company when it's on fire. Scentsy is in its first year of hypergrowth. And if you saw in World Tour, the last hypergrowth season, catch your breath, lasted 5 years. We're just getting started here, y'all. Okay, it's not slowing down anytime soon. People want to be part of a business. Even Forbes tells you the best time to join a company is when they are about to release a new product. Hello. And when they're in a season of hypergrowth. That is when you want to join a company. Right now is hot, hot, hot. So share with them the things that we as consultants have been able to do with this company. This is also available in the workstation. Choose your path to get started. It's got the 2 different host kits. Are there only 2 host kits? Yes or no? Or are there only 2 starter kits? Yes or no? No. What's the third one?
The
A reinstatement
reinstatement.
kit. Yep. Don't forget about your reinstatements. Okay. Sometimes they do big things. So that's that. And then the final thing, I shared this in the Ascension page. I did. What would you do with an extra $600 a month? This is a perfect illustration. What would you do with $600 extra a month? Anyone can join this business and make $600 off the bat. They don't even need to sponsor yet. You just sell $2,000 in a month, $600 paycheck. So spell it out, $600, what could you do? Could you make a car payment, save for a vacation, pay off the debt, pay for the extras? Then this part right here is gold, because this tells them, how do you do it? Hold 1 party a week. That's how you earn extra $600 based off of a $500 party, 1 party a week. If they did 2, it would be $1,200, 3, $1,800, right? So this is how it is. And it's got the income disclosure statement on here, so you're protected. And then the rest is just confetti that won't come out. Okay. That's what's in my possibility packet. Again, you make it as simple as you want to. You could do this in a product sheet and send it for a stamp. Throw some confetti in there if you want to be extra. Get colored envelopes. Knock your socks off. I don't care what you do, but you got to have something. You have to be prepared with information when someone is wanting to join. When someone wants information. Think outside of the 6x9 catalog. And if you want to create an electronic document that you simply email to people to save even more money, that's a possibility too. It doesn't have to be this, but you have to have something. You have to be ready on an instant to be able to share the opportunity. I have these in my car. I have one in my purse at all times. You just never, ever know. So you've got to be ready to share the opportunity, and you're only going to grow if you do.
Hey, Johanna,
Yes.
I got these a while back from a friend. Do you think they'll ever come back out with them? They're like little cute folders. Like, will they ever come back with these? Because like
Yeah,
I
I
have
think
like
we do have some.
5
They-
left.
yeah.
'Cause these are super cute because it just like talks like, I don't know, it has like inspirational stuff in there and it's just super cute and colorful and kind of, I guess, less work for, like, for me, less work is better, but
Yeah, I think we do have some of those, Ashley. They just look different. They were updated
Okay.
a couple of years ago.
Okay.
But they're in the workstation. So, or in the consultant store. They just have like they're white and they have cubes of wax on them.
okay.
So does anybody have any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Sorry, Desiree. Why do I always cut you off? It's funny. Okay, so lately I've been doing a lot of Facebook parties and I've been doing like a pre-party form and having the people fill out like how they're interested in that. And if they're interested, I reach out to them before and say, hey, I see that you're interested. I'm going to throw some stuff in your party pack. We'll touch base later. So I feel like I'm already throwing like a couple of things in there. So how do you go about those situations? Do you still send them like an additional packet, like you're in like these opportunity packets, or how do you do that part?
I don't, because every single party packet gets these in it. So I'm already giving them join information. So I've got these in here. And then I have another graphic that I can share with you guys. I don't have one in front of me, but it basically, I've shared it before. It says, want to be a boss or something. And it says, host a $500 party with me and you can join Scentsy with no out-of-pocket cost. And so that's in there too. So I'm dropping the party hint for them to like earn their own kit. So I don't send them anything additional in their party kit, but I do follow up with the same kind of thing that you say. I say, I'm going to be putting some information in your packet. They don't know that I include the same information in every packet, but I send that. And then I follow up with them and I say, did you have any additional questions? Now, they might not always have additional questions, but all of those people that have ever said that to me are on like my, what do we want to call it? They're on my like
Watch list.
yeah, my watch list, or I call it a dream team list, right? And it's like people that I know have expressed interest and I have them marked that they expressed it in a party, because there's other people on there too that like have never expressed it, but they are truly on a dream team list. I think they'd be amazing. And so I plant the seed from now and then. I try to be very good about once a week. I try to go through that list and then go on their social media, because they will get lost in your friends list. So I add them all on social media when we finish up the party, and then I'll go through and I'll just comment on their things, or I make sure that I wish them a happy birthday when it's their birthday and Facebook lets me know. I do those things because one, I want to maintain a contact and a relationship with them outside of my normal, hey, how's your wax stash? Or hey, how are you enjoying your products? Follow up, so I can build that relationship. Plus, the more I interact with their stuff, the more they're going to see my stuff. And you just never know when somebody's going to jump on one of those no cost opportunity kits.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, this is one of those things that it's the perfect example of, we don't always see things that are planted blossom right away. And so recruiting has definitely been one of those things for me. Like, some people are really great about having 1 or 2 conversations and they get people on a hook and they're great about that. That's not been my story when it comes to recruiting, but I also have a really good retention. So to me, I'd rather have people that stick around longer and are more successful and move up, that are
You're
serious
frozen.
about it.
Oh, you froze.
Oh, sorry. I can't
You
stand
said
it.
I also have not.
I just haven't had a lot of people like turnover.
Hmm,
You know what I mean? Like
Either.
they
Yeah.
get here and then they stick around.
So then
Mhm.
going off of that, do you add all of your potential party hosts as a friend? Okay.
I add everyone that I meet through a Facebook party as a friend.
Yeah.
Everyone. Now they don't always accept the friend request, but I always accept them or I always request them because that's how we met was Facebook and it's how we're going to maintain our relationship, especially right now.
Do you
Okay.
add them even though if they didn't order, or just the ones that ordered from that party, like show no interest of commenting or anything? Do you just go and add them, or more the ones that participated or even placed the order?
Heck yes, girl. I had them all. I got more Facebook friends than I don't even know who these people are. I really
Yeah,
don't.
me too. Me too.
I'm okay with it though. I'm okay.
I do have a question. What
Yep.
about where you have, like, I have some on my team where like I reach out and I really didn't get no response, or they just don't seem interested, which I mean they're still active and still putting numbers, but I think they're more hobbyists or want the products. So like, do you keep trying or do you just kind of back off and kind of let them do their own thing? What's a good strategy for that?
So the first thing I will say is welcome to leadership. That's just kind of, we're all in that boat. And I do keep trying. I may not send as many one-on-one communications, right? But like they will be included when I send out the coaching opportunities, right? Like for the coaching calls. They still get the monthly email that I started sending out a couple of months ago to everybody, like that they're informed on things, that they know what's going on within our group. And, my thing this year is I really want to do the right things better. So everybody's right thing is going to be different. One of my things is like Happy Mail is I've seen how important it is to you guys to get Happy Mail from me. And like, even if it's just a little postcard, like it means something. And it's not that I never saw people working before, but I just didn't realize that it meant something. So I started sending those. And one of the things in my frontline tracker, and Laura, this is where I change up frontline to team, right? And frontline to group, because that can get really overwhelming. Is if they're my frontline, I want to make sure that they're getting something in the mail from me at least once a quarter. That's why the birthday cards are so important, because everybody's going to get a birthday card at least, at one time this year. They're going to get a birthday card from me. Just say, hey, I'm thinking about you, mailer. If they haven't hit numbers, they're not in the top 10. I don't want people to think that they don't matter. Everybody's got a reason to be here, but we have to be realistic also as business owners. Like, you are building a business, you are trying to do something great. And it's not that you're forgetting about the people that are active every 4 months, but that can't be where your attention is. As a business owner, you have to help the people that are trying to run a business. So, I think that will change for you as your team grows.
Okay.
Because
Thank you.
remind me, Laura, I'm not in my report right now. How many people do you have in your group? How many people are in your team?
4 right now.
Okay. So what you're able to do for 4 will be very different than what you're able to do for 40 and what you're able to do for 400.
Yeah.
And that's where I want this group to really think. I don't want you to think small. I want you to think big, because literally at the end of January last year, we were a group of 62. We're 200 today.
Wow.
That growth will happen. And it's something that happens as people recruit. And you know what? The thing is that we're going to be a team of 500,000, right? Next year. That's what we said at the beginning of this call, right? Everyone's going to recruit 1 to 2. But it's just, once you start growing, you're going to have to change up how you do. So if it's an email, that's great. People just want to be recognized. They just want to be seen.
Okay. Thanks.
But don't forget about the people that are just hobbyists, because that's where I was at too. And Joanna was like, hey, guess what? And this is where I'm at too.
Yeah. It's true. I mean, that's where like the listening though comes in, right? That's where keeping a relationship on social media, like even if you're not commenting on everything that people do, seeing it, seeing that the need might change, because it goes back to what I tell you guys all the time, that when you sponsor somebody, you might be the only person that believes they can do this. You might be the only person that thinks that, hey, they can be successful at this. And so it's really important that they hear that from you. Chastity, I saw your comment about what I put in my team emails. I will send you the link so that you can look at the MailChimp. You can see it. All right, so we've got
Johanna, just that for the fact, I don't know if you shared it or someone else, but the 21 and 2021 for recruiting, you hit that 500,000.
yeah. Right. I mean, it's true. Like it's crazy if, yeah, if everybody just did one a month and you taught your teams to do the same. The other thing that happens with that, I'm going to be honest, I will be the first to admit, you've got to have some really good systems in place to be able to service and support multiple new recruits a month. Okay, I'm just going to be real honest. You got to have some real strong systems in place. And I'm recently redoing all of those and making sure that like I need to not be afraid of offending people and kind of be up their button around the corner the first couple of weeks that they're involved in this, because they obviously joined for a reason. So understanding why and then how I can support them. I did put together an email that I'm sending to newbies when they get started, and I can share that email with you guys too. But those type of things are so important because they need to know that they're supported. But it's a lot easier for us to support one new person a month, make sure they go through that first things first checklist that month, than worrying about recruiting 3 or 4 a month. Let's worry about quality over quantity. The quantity will come if we put the quality into the people that are there. You know, I mean, for real, focus on one a month.
Can I be honest, like with you, like for me personally, it scares the shit out of me. Excuse my language, people that are on here. Like I wasn't expecting to be where to be, and now like it keeps growing because now my team is seeing what I'm doing and doing it. But it scares me because I feel like I don't have those systems like you said. So it scares me not wanting to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's why this is so important. That's why we're breaking it down week by week, what you need to do in order to be successful, but not overwhelm yourself. I mean, a lot of us are working from home, right? You don't have the commute, you don't have those extra times added onto your day. I know for me, like Eric and I are having very serious conversations about what it looks like when I go back to work. I mean, go back to the office. You know, I'm not going to be, in addition to the hours that I work, then you've got the commute on top of it. And, you know, it's very different. My lunch break will be at work. It's not going to be where I can escape up here and do something for an hour. So it's very different once I'm no longer working from home. So what does that look like? And, you know, you'll figure that out as you need to go, but finding systems in place and just doing less better. You don't need to do everything that you see us share. We're going to go back to this. You don't have to do everything that you see us share. But what you should do is make up. Don't make these up one at a time. Make up 10 of them. Make up 10 of them. Be prepared and tell yourself in the next 2 months, I'm going to get 10 of these out. I'm going to have real conversations with people. I'm going to find out where people's interest is, and I'm going to get these out. And then you need to look at the calendar. And if it's the end of, you know, March and you're sitting on 9 possibility packets, you know you're not having enough conversations. So that's how you're going to do it. You're going to break it down. If you put it out there that you have possibility packets, or, hey, you know, I'm looking, you know, to bless somebody with an opportunity this month. I've got a, you know, join kit or whatever. And somebody says, I'd be interested in more information. you are slowing down the process by having to now come up with something, by having to put together these kits. So if you just have them ready to go, every day when you leave the house, take one with you. If you're still going to work, take one with you. If you're dropping off an order to your best customer, take one with you. Get out of your own way and say, hey girl, you know what you spent on Scentsy in the last 3 months? I just want to let you know what you would have made on that. So I'm just going to leave this little possibility packet with you, because there are ways for you to join with no out-of-pocket cost, but what you're spending justifies you being a consultant, even if it's only for your own good. I promise you, if you start thinking about the needs of others, the recruiting comes natural. The sponsoring comes natural. Build the people, and the people will build your business. Okay, so recap homework. Homework is to update your story, or not your story, sorry, your join information on your PWS. And your homework is to put together possibility packets. So please take a picture. If you cannot do a screenshot of the screen, take a picture with your phone of your computer or your tablet or whatever, showing me that you've updated that, because I don't have time to go through and check 20 people's websites. So we're going to do it that way. And then please take a picture of your possibility packet put together. And then I'm going to do one more, because I know y'all love.
Sorry, can you do a screenshot of where the join thing is? Because I thought that was available and I can't find it.
Yep, I'm gonna do like a little graphic that says go here, then
Okay.
here, then here. Just give me a little bit of time. I gotta create that tonight. But then the other thing I want you to do, because I know you guys love selfies so much, okay? I want you to hold up your possibility packet like this. Hey, and get yourself, Shannon, I see your face, okay? Hey, I got a possibility packet. I'm sending out in the mail. Who wants it? Come on, people want to see your beautiful face, Shannon. Okay, I got psoriasis under my eye, and I will do it. Okay. Here's the thing, guys. Let's change the lives. Change all the lives. You'll change your own. I promise you. Big things for this group in 2021. And if you want to follow Ashley and recruit 21 people this year, by all means. But all I'm saying is recruit one and teach them to do the same every month. There you go. All right, friends, if there's no other questions, I'm going to let you go so you can get your homework done. Remember, it needs to be posted by 8 o'clock, and I'm getting serious now. So I'm going to start turning off the commenting on those posts. No more free passes. All right, love you guys. Have a great week. Bye.